Reggie Slabreeze and Sunderland were so close to upsetting league leaders Leeds last Monday at Elland Road, having led for 78 minutes before succumbing to a Leeds win with virtually the last play of the game. But they more than matched Leeds in that first half, where Sunderland were the better side. Late goals has cost them numerous times this season. Otherwise, their current league position of fourth would be much, much more positive. However, having said that, they finished 16th last season. Now they're in a very good quality top four, going for the top two automatic promotion places. As for these Hull City players, well, away record has been better than it has been at home of late. They've won 3 of their last 4 away matches in the Championship, 2 of those against teams currently in the top 5, Sheffield United and Blackburn Rovers. That means that they will come here confident. They won't be overawed, despite the fact that they're looking to become the first Championship team to win in this stadium this season. Well, just look at the weather. What a change. It's been very cold right across the United Kingdom over the last month or so, but the temperatures in the last 48 hours have risen considerably. You'd almost feel like there was a touch of spring in the air, bright sunshine on Wearside, and temperatures in double figures centigrade ahead of kick-off. In what is a hugely important match for both teams. The position at the top of the table at the moment, Leeds on top, 72 points. Sheffield United, 70. The top two meet at Bramall Lane this Monday night. What a huge game in prospect. Burnley are 2 points behind Sheffield United on 68. Then a bit of a gap now to Sunderland on 62. That's because Burnley thumped Sheffield Wednesday 4-0 at Turf Moor last night, and in doing so kept a remarkable 12th consecutive clean sheet in the league. Now just 2 shy, Burnley, of Manchester United's all-time English record of 14 successive league clean sheets. And then the big gap really is between Sunderland on 62 points in 4th, Blackburn are 11 points adrift in 5th, and Bristol City, who had a big win against Middlesbrough last time out, they've very quietly sneaked in to the top 6. As for the bottom end of the table, Luton are bottom on 28, then come Plymouth and Derby on 29, and Hull just 1 point outside the relegation zone on 30, and then Cardiff on 32, and Stoke make up the bottom 6 there on 35 points. So Hull can do themselves a big favour and go above Cardiff with a win and put 4 points between themselves and the relegation zone. As for Sunderland, you feel this is a must-win game to just get that gap back to Burnley to 3 points. Sunderland in the knowledge that after Leeds, Sheffield United play on Monday, they play again before any of the other top 3. Sunderland's next match is away to Sheffield Wednesday this coming Friday. So if Reggie Slabreeze's side can put back-to-back wins together, then it really will concertina up again in that top 4. Well, no team gets bigger crowds in the Championship than Sunderland. This ground holds around 47,000. It won't be full, but they get close to 40,000 for every home game. And when Sunderland bring their A-game to the table, these fans can really drive them on to victory. It's an excellent home record that they've got, even though they've drawn 6 of the last 12 Championship games here. They've won 10, drawn the other 6, and as I mentioned earlier, yet to be beaten in the Championship here at the Stadium of Light this season. Absolutely ideal conditions, and Sunderland name an unchanged team from that 2-1 defeat at Leeds, a night where they may well have come away with at least a point. Wilson Isidore scored at Elland Road to take the Frenchman's tally to 7 in his last 11 league appearances. Northern Ireland international Dan Ballard is again preferred to Bournemouth loanee Chris Mepham in defence. Hull City make 3 changes from last Saturday's 1-1 draw at home to Norwich City. Charlie Hughes returns after 2 months out with a hamstring injury. He replaces former Sunderland Academy player John Egan in defence. Belgian Elliot Matazo is preferred to Regan Slater in midfield. And Carl Joseph, signed last month from Blackpool, replaces top scorer Joao Pedro in attack. 4-3-3 for head coach Ruben Celes. Enzo Lefebvre starts an 8th successive championship game on loan from Italian side Roma, who paid 23 million euro to the French club Rennes for Lefebvre, who wasn't getting much playing time out in Italy, but Sunderland fans have been thrilled with the skills that he has produced in his relatively short time here on loan. Sunderland have regularly fielded the youngest team in the championship. Have they got the ability to stay the course and keep the pressure up on the top 3? Here's Matazo, signed last month from French club Monaco. 23-year-old gets his opportunity in the centre of midfield, replacing Regan Slater. Important role Matazo and the former Brighton player Stephen Alzate have got to try and keep that Sunderland midfield quiet. Régis Lebris, who guided Sunderland to 4 successive wins at the start. At that challenge, decided there was no foul. Here's Dan Ballard. Wasn't much to choose between these two teams when they met in October. Wilson Isidore, remarkable solo goal after a run from inside his own half, settled the game on the day. Sunderland looking for the kind of start that they got at Leeds last Monday, when they were brave, really went at the league leaders. Might have led by more than 1-0 at half-time. Very much value for at least a 1-0 lead at the break in that game last Monday, Sunderland. Second half is a different story. They had to try and soak up a great deal of pressure. Régis Lebris accepted that Leeds were very good in the way they hemmed Sunderland in that second half. And interesting comments from the Sunderland captain Dan Neil after that, saying that they need to find a way when teams press them high to get out a little bit better, find the passes that are required. And they're on the front foot now, though. Here's O'Nien. Lefebvre. Bellingham. Back with Enzo Lefebvre. Cutback's decent, and Rigg with a shot. There was a lot of talk on whether Régis Lebris might give 17-year-old Chris Rigg a rest. He's played a lot of football lately, very much been a regular. And it's the same 11 that started at Leeds. Here's Lefebvre. Louis Coyle, the Hull City captain. McLaughlin. Sunderland looking to press high here. Oh, with a risky pass, well dealt with by Coyle initially. Matazo. McLaughlin. Now Hughes. This is Alfie Jones. Well judged by O'Nien. Hume will go all the way back here to Anthony Patterson. Rigg. A loose one. Hull can't make anything of that though. Might have done better after the wayward pass from Chris Rigg. This is the first of 4 home games in the next 6 fixtures for Sunderland. Mentioned earlier, they go to Sheffield Wednesday this coming Friday, and then they've got back-to-back home games against Cardiff and Preston in their quest to tighten things up on the top 3 again. Neil. Ballard. Hume available. And it's going to be a corner. Clearly not what Matazo intended, but got a heavy touch on that, and Sunderland have the game's opening corner kick. Which Patrick Roberts is going to take short to Rigg. Back to Roberts. Bellingham, who's on 9 yellow cards, by the way, at the moment, Joe Bellingham. 1 more and he'll be looking at a suspension. He's got 4 games to get through without another yellow, Joe Bellingham, to avoid getting that ban. Forceful run here from Matazo. Poor pass, though, cut out by Roberts. Rigg doing well. Bellingham finding Lefay. A chance to run at Coyle, circling on the overlap. Bellingham thought about the shot. Might get it away now, Joe Bellingham. Didn't really catch hold of that. Coyle. Jones. Hughes. Maybe a slight lack of communication there between Ballard and Hume. Joe Gallagher back on Wearside after spending some time on loan here back in the 2022-23 season. Looking to do his parent club a favour today by taking points off one of their promotion rivals, Sunderland. Gallagher on loan from Leeds. Hughes. Not really offering much there to Gelhardt. '09. Lovely take there by Isidore. He's got Roberts free here. This is Patrick Roberts. Driven a little wider than he'd have hoped. Sunderland appealing for a handball there. Referee immediately turned away. Hull in a tight press here. Sunderland winning the ball back in a dangerous position as far as Hull are concerned. This is Rigg. Sirkin. Lefay. They're trying to be brave and play out here, Hull, but it could be risky. Neil. Bellingham. Sirkin. Dennis Sirkin's cross. We drop here for Roberts. Free kick has been awarded here to Hull. It's actually good work from Louis Barry to get the better of Roberts. This was the initial claim for a handball. May have struck the arm, but was the arm tight to the body? Yeah. Just about getting away with that. McLaughlin. Referee Farai Hallam didn't favour Sunderland's claims. Enzo Lefay. Another overlap here from the energetic Sirkin. Bellingham. Ballard. Roberts. Hugh. Good crossing position here. Drops invitingly for Bellingham, but he had his pocket picked by Gelhardt. And away come Hull. Louis Barry. Good pass. Hull's first opportunity here. Oh, and I just wonder why the shot wasn't taken on there. One pass too many. Real surprise that Carl Joseph Matt Crooks didn't make more of that after a good incursion initially from Louis Barry. But you have to think that Crooks can take the shot on here. Tried to find Carl Joseph, and the chance went begging. Here's Barry again for Hull. Stabbed away by Sirkin. Irishman, Sean McLaughlin with the throw. Hull's number 6, born in Cork. Another throw for him to take. 6th season now for McLaughlin at Hull. Alzate finding Hughes. Now Jones. Rigg goes down, taking a blow to the head. I think the referee is going to have to stop play here. Just a little check there on Rigg, who's upright again, and play goes on. McLaughlin. Alzate. Jones. Joseph. Hughes. Settling down now after Sunderland's decent start. Hull getting more of the ball. Matazo. Jones. Alzate. Some nice passing football from Hull at the moment. Barry finding that one a little too difficult to deal with, though. This time it's Hull who press well. Matazo. Alzate. Crooks. McLaughlin. Taking some spaces here, Hull City. It's the first save for Anthony Patterson. Gelhardt with the shot. Patterson with a comfortable save, but nice build-up from Hull. Gelhardt looking for his second goal for Hull and this loan spell from Leeds. Here's Ballard. Ballard looking for the run of Rigg. Did that come off Hughes last? Yes, it did. Two months out with a hamstring injury, so he'll be feeling his way back in here today. Charlie Hughes, once on the books of Manchester City and Liverpool, signed by Hull last summer after a spell at Wigan, with his defensive duties to do here now. By and large, zonal marking here from Hull. Goalkeeper and Jones getting into a bit of a mess there. Here's Bellingham, hunted down by Matazo. Lefay. Roberts. Isidore can't find the pass for Hume. That's a foul by Wilson Isidore, who's made himself a real hero on Weir's side with his 12 goals this season. The Frenchman came in initially on loan from the Russian club Zenit St. Petersburg, and after scoring goals freely in the Championship, Sunderland were quick to make that a permanent deal. Something between £3 and £5 million, I'm told. They could probably sell him for 15 million tomorrow. That's how big an impact he's made. Premier clubs are watching. Leeds United have been heavily linked with him if they go back to the Premier League this season. Of course, Sunderland could go up with Leeds, all to be determined. But whenever Sunderland are playing this young, highly promising group of players, that's loose from 09. It's a gift of a corner to Hull, but wherever Sunderland play, scouts are everywhere. Goalkeeper Patterson, defenders Hume, Ballard, Sirkin, captain Neil, Bellingham, Rigg, Isidore, all tracked this season by Premier League clubs. So what can Hull make of their first corner? Patterson in trouble. It's a gift of a goal. Hull City take the lead. Well, they made a right mess of that, the home side at the near post. Patterson, who took a fair amount of criticism for his part in Leeds United's winning goal in the 95th minute at Ellen Road last Monday, is culpable again here. He doesn't look to be under a great deal of pressure from any Hull City player. Maybe his own defender got in his way. Let's have a look. No, he's got to deal with that. It's Roberts who's in front of the goalkeeper. Is there a clear shout here from Patterson? It would appear not, otherwise Roberts ducks out of the way. But Roberts is looking to head that clear, and neither player does enough. And that's going to be an own goal, I think, by Patterson. Here comes Sunderland looking for a quick reply. Hull should be able to clear via Alzate. Sunderland throw. Well, Patterson will be low on confidence now after his mistake against Leeds. It's another one here. Doesn't appear to be any shout there to Roberts. As well, whether the sun played any part in that, and if so, why wasn't he wearing the cap? Trey Sunderland service towards their top scorer Wilson Isidore's not been precise enough to get the Frenchman into the game enough so far. It's a bright start from the home team, but without really creating any direct threat on the Hull goal. Lefay. It's a foul by Enzo Lefay. Well, something for Charlie Hughes and company to protect now this 1-0 lead for Hull. I think it's going to change their game plan. I think they'll be looking to counter on Sunderland at every opportunity, exploit the spaces that certainly have been there. Here's Barry. Mataza. Coyle. Towards goal by Carl Joseph. It took a Sunderland deflection. It's another corner. And This will be a pressure moment for Anthony Patterson and the Sunderland defence. Good ball in from Coyle. Flicked away off 09 last. Just beyond the midway point of the first half. No question, this is going to be an in-swinger towards that near-post area again. Roberts on duty once more in front of Patterson. And that's come off the bar. Once again, that was a real question to the Sunderland goalkeeper, Anthony Patterson. Really excellent corner kick. Real whip on that. It actually came off the fist of Patterson, rather than, well, combination of that and the crossbar, I think. And the goalkeeper happy to see a teammate on the end of it. Excellent corner from Gelhardt. Hume. Oh, 09. Tazo doing well in a tight spot. It's been a struggle for Hull City this season after finishing just 1 point outside the playoffs last season. They were last in the Premier League in the 2016-17 season when they came down along with Sunderland to the Championship. Middlesbrough were the other team relegated from the Premier League that season. And they struggle at the moment under Michael Carrick, slipping a little further away from the playoff places. Middlesbrough on a really poor run of late. Bit of space now for Chris Rigg. Roberts. Cross in from Hume. Away by Coyle. Referee has given a free kick there against Crooks. Matt Crooks was part of the Middlesbrough team that won 4-0 here last season, scored in that game. Fouling 09, who's made his way forward. There's Roberts and Lefay. Have a look what's on here. Sirkin, look out for him, number 3, often makes a run around the back for a deep one to the far post. And the header's in! But the goal will not count. Offside flag up against Luke 09, who accepts the decision. Didn't begin to get himself onside, did he? It's a good line from Hull, that. There are at least 3 Sunderland players in an offside position, one of them 09. I think he knew it as well. Still no cap being worn by Anthony Patterson. You see him squinting with the sunlight in his eyes. It's a real problem with the Gelhardt corners. Not least here. That is a very preventable goal from Sunderland's point of view. And where is the communication? You're a goalkeeper, you've got one of your smallest teammates there in Patrick Roberts. Just take him out if you have to, but it's all about the handling, really. It's into his gloves, it seems, then it's suddenly out. And then over the line for the own goal. An opportunity for both Lebris and Celeste to get into their players and discuss what we've seen so far, but it's frustration for the home team. Hull very happy with their position. A test of this goalkeeper's resolve from here on in today. Gelhardt. Coyle. Jones. Plenty of time here for Sirkin. Now Ballard. Hugh. Nice little dummy there from Roberts, trying to get on to the return pass from Rigg. Energetic work from Matazo. Alzate. Alfie Jones. Good looking way to pass that. Patterson out to meet Joseph. He's been winded there in the challenge from Anthony Patterson. Carl Joseph. The referee not moved to stop the game. It's not a head injury. Handball there against Louis Barry. Joseph will require some attention here. Just winded as he tried to get on the end of this excellent attempt to find him from Alfie Jones. Almost a perfect pass, that. Joseph couldn't stop the momentum and felt the attentions of Patterson. But he's okay. No way through for Sirkin. So far, Louis Coyle has dealt with Enzo Lefebvre pretty well. Down that far side, the Hull captain at right back, keeping the Frenchman quiet so far. Comes from a big sporting family, Louis Coyle. His eldest brother is a professional boxer, another brother a professional golfer. His 18-year-old youngest brother, Rocco, is in the Hull Academy. Came through the ranks at Leeds initially, Louis Coyle. Steady performer. There's not been a reply to that Hull City goal from Lebris's side. Hull have protected their lead pretty comfortably since that gift of a goal for the away side. McLaughlin. Nice touch from Rigg. This is Roberts. Neil not really expecting the pass, but he's retained possession. Here's Lefebvre. Bellingham. Neil. Hume in space. Can he get there, Trey Hume? No. Well, it was the right pass from Dan Neil. in terms of what he attempted. He just put too much on it for the Northern Ireland international, Trey Hume. Pass was clearly on, but slightly overhit by Neil. Circuit. Neil. '09. Lefay looking for Bellingham, who never looked likely to get onto that pass. Coyle. Nice football again from Hull. Howard just able to get there ahead of Kyle Joseph. Sunderland's defeat last Monday at Leeds, just their third in the last 27 championship games. Sunderland, you might recall, had a pretty good first half to last season, but they fell away to the extent they finished 16th. And it was a young, emerging team, and it certainly emerged into the daylight this season after that brilliant start that saw them top after winning their first 4 games of the season. Sunderland stayed pretty consistent since, but now under pressure. A goal down at home to relegation-threatened Hull. Looking to bounce back from that defeat to Leeds on Monday. This is not a man to show too much outward emotion, Regis Labrise. But he'd be wanting more from his team, he'd be wanting more cohesion. Because since they took the lead, Hull have been the more cohesive of the two sides. 10 minutes shy of half-time. McLaughlin looking for Barry, who will get there. And fouling Trey Hume. Louis Barry, who was interesting Sunderland in the January transfer window. He had a number of options on where he would go from his parent club Aston Villa on loan. This is a brooding striker at the moment in Wilson Isidore. He's just not figuring in the game at all. The teammates are going to have to find him, because we know the threat he possesses. Roberts. Hull players all around Patrick Roberts here. Louis Barry needing some attention here. A very good couple of loan spells with Stockport County away from his parent club Aston Villa. And he had a goals record in those 2 loan spells at Stockport of a goal every 2 games, slightly better than that. That's maybe where he picked up the problem. And the challenge with Trey Hume. Just jarred his knee a little there, I think. Spent some time in the Barcelona famous La Masia Academy. Louis Barry for a while used to train and then watch the first team, and saw Lionel Messi almost every day in his time out in Spain. Interesting to see if he can push on into the Aston Villa first team setup. They think a lot of him. Don't think he's quite ready at the moment to make a breakthrough at Villa Park. Still only 21. But Ruben Celis is delighted to have him. He thinks this boy might get enough goals to keep Hull safe for another season in the Championship. Can he shake off this knee problem? Certainly not got full mobility at the moment. That's hurting. This might be the last we'll see of Louis Barry today. Shake of the head. There's movement on the whole bench. Well, it seemed so innocuous, didn't it, as well? A couple of options for Ruben Celis if he has to replace Barry. The likelihood he would bring on João Pedro, who with 5 goals is Hull's leading scorer this season. Mason Burstow is another option. Another former Sunderland loanee like Joe Gelhardt in the Hull ranks today, Burstow. Barry's afternoon is over. Hugh. Good pressure on Trey Hugh. That's a foul on Matazo. So here comes the Hull City change. Good to see the Brazilian, Lincoln, for whom this is a Hull City debut. 26-year-old. He's coming on loan from the Turkish club Fenerbahce. Spent 3 years in Portugal. He's a midfield player, really, rather than a striker. More like a winger, if you like. So, it might be a like-for-like where he plays. At the moment, he's taken up Louis Barry's position on the wide left for Hull. Oliveira dos Santos, but known as Lincoln. Here's Lefay, seeking out the run of Isidore. That's the kind of service he's looking for. Couldn't really do much with the attempted cross, though. Wilson Isidore, he was always chasing that one. We've seen a number of times this season. Balls over the top, Hull know all about it. It was a ball similar to that brought the only goal when the two sides met back in October. And he ran from inside his own half, Isidore, to score that brilliant solo effort. So far, Hull defenders not having to work too hard in keeping Isidore quiet. All a bit untidy, ends with a Hull throw. Lincoln. Driven forward by Charlie Hughes, looking for Gelhardt, an awkward one that for Sirkin to deal with. Held up well by Gelhardt here. Alzate. Crooks. Cross in from Coyle. Dealt with well by Ballard. That's all that Bellingham could do was to clear it out for another Hull throw. It was good awareness there from Dan Ballard. In by Alzate. Ballard's there again. Put clear by Rigg. Sunderland can't get any momentum. Fair play to Hull, who when they have been out of possession have pressed Sunderland really well. And when they've had the ball, as I said a little earlier, they've looked the team who've been able to pass the ball better, more accurately. The movement off the ball has been good from Hull. And I would say their value for their lead at the moment, even though it was a gift. Here's that press again on Roberts this time. A little over-eager that time. It will be a free kick. But neither Roberts or Lefay producing anything from the wide areas for Sunderland. Seen little of Rigg or Bellingham in forward areas. Here's 09. Ballard. It's a foul. And Dan Ballard, quickly taken by Roberts. Here's Neil. 09. Sirkin. Lefay. Neil. Just a little slow in getting his pass away there, Dan Neil. Lefay. Sirkin. Should be the goalkeepers. He's left it for McLaughlin. That looked to be in the goalkeeper's zone there. But Pandur, the keeper, allowing McLaughlin to clear, but only for a Sunderland corner. As we step into first half stoppage time. There will be a little bit of that for the stoppages for Hull injuries in particular. We've got a minimum of 6. Roberts to drive it in. Pandur under pressure. Bellingham. In by Lefay. Nowhere near enough on that from Enzo Lefay. Foul on Roberts by Gelhardt. Good position here now for Sunderland. Ballard is so close to getting his head on that initial corner. Lefay looking to put some quality on this free kick. Hull have defended their penalty area very well so far. And it drops here now for Bellingham. Quick to group around Joe Bellingham there, flicked in by Rigg, and Ballard's header straight at Pandur. That was a chance for the Northern Ireland international centre-back Dan Ballard. Finds himself in a really good space here. There's no pace on the cross, really difficult to generate power, and he got nowhere near the direction. Needed to get that into the corner if he could. Routine save for Pandur. Sirkin. Lefay. And foul. Referee says absolutely no contact from Louis Coyle. Here's Crooks. Given away by Matt Crooks. Neil. Rigg. Dan Neil in the space is over on the Sunderland left circuit. Lefay, 09. Ballard. Roberts. Chance to run at Lincoln. Might drop here for Isidore. Coyle got there first. This is Bellingham. In by Sirkin. Better balls going into the Hull City penalty area now. Sirkin looking for the corner. And the corner given. It's a strong finish to the first half from Sunderland. Isidore seeing the game around him a little more now. Holding their ground. Hull looking to take that 1-0 lead into the half-time dressing room. A couple of minutes away from doing so. In by Roberts. Ballard's header on. Bellingham didn't really react. Ball's out of play, it'll be a goal kick. Just think if Joe Bellingham had been a little bit more on the front foot here, he'd have got to that flick on from Ballard. He didn't read it at all. He was there, but just didn't react. Ballard did all he could there. Jones. A win for Hull City will take them 4 points clear of the bottom three. Plenty more championship games, of course, to come today. They'll be very pleased with their first half performance here. They'd have expected Sunderland to come out at them quickly, which they did, without really creating any chances. Sunderland passing was good, and they had a lot of territorial advantage in that first 10-15 minutes, but once Hull City settled, they started passing the ball around really well, gained some confidence, and have the goal that matters at the moment, as we're into the final seconds of the first half. Pressure in front of a big crowd here at the Stadium of Light will be on Sunderland in the second half to produce what they've been doing for much of the season here, in particular at the Stadium of Light. The 6 additional minutes are up, and the referee, Farai Hallam, brings the first half to a conclusion. Anthony Patterson's mistake from an in-swinging Joe Gelhardt corner, lack of communication between himself and Patrick Roberts, and the ball eventually going in off the Sunderland goalkeeper. Gelhardt's corner's a threat, the former Sunderland loanee. Not too many clear-cut chances elsewhere. Matt Crooks passed up a good shooting position. Ballard nearly picking up Bellingham just before half-time from a set-piece. But half-time at the Stadium of Light in this important game at the top and bottom of the table. It's Sunderland 0, Hull City 1. So the players are out in readiness for the second half here at the sunlit Stadium of Light, where Hull City, looking to get further clear of the relegation zone, lead promotion-chasing Sunderland by 1-0. Value for their lead as well, even though it was a horrible mistake by Sunderland goalkeeper Anthony Patterson with the own goal, when he failed to deal with that wicked in-swinging corner from Joe Gelhardt. Sunderland produced little threat on Ivor Pandur's goal. A late first half header from Dan Ballard, which failed to test the Croatian keeper. But Sunderland do have a player who was in sparkling form in the early weeks of the season, back from injury and on at the start of the second half. Romain Mundle, who was one of Sunderland's outstanding players before his injury, has made his return. And that's the one change that Régis Lebris has made at half-time. Hull City out with the same 11 again. Enzo Lefebvre was the player who made way for Mundle. So it's a straight swap on the left side of that Sunderland attack. I don't know whether Lefebvre had an injury of any kind or whether that was tactical switch from Lebris. Sunderland fans will be delighted to see Mundle returning. It's been a lengthy time off with injury. Alfie Jones. Lovely touch by Lincoln, driving forward here is Matazo. This is Kyle Joseph, chance to get the shot away, blocked by Ballard, who's picked up an injury there. Dan Ballard in stretching to deal with the Kyle Joseph shot, and Alzate bristles the side netting. That wasn't too far away from Stephen Alzate, but Ballard has picked up a nasty looking injury here by the look of it. He immediately felt his groin area overstretched in seeking to block the shot here from Kyle Joseph, and there was a groan around the Stadium of Light. They saw immediately that Ballard was in trouble. Alzate went on to fire narrowly wide, but it looks like Chris Mepham is going to have to come on now, the Bournemouth loanee, to replace the stricken Ballard, who's only got his place back into the side in recent games after a spell out with injury, the Northern Ireland international. That doesn't look good at all. There is Mepham, who's in very good form before losing his place to Ballard, making his way back, as I said, Ballard from injury. It's a tight call between Mepham returning or Ballard staying in the side to link up alongside Luke O'Nien. Having a good look at this Ballard groin problem before deciding whether Mepham will need to come on, but it looks likely at this stage. Régis Lebris was on record as saying in recent times he was happy to be getting a number of players back into the fold after injuries. Ballard has picked up another one here, and his day is run. Sympathetic applause for the centre-back as he will be replaced now by Mepham. Including today with 13 games remaining, Sunderland must hope that that's not an injury that's going to keep Ballard out for any significant amount of time. So on comes Mepham. Plenty of experience, of course. Over 60 Premier League appearances for his parent club Bournemouth, Chris Mepham. And joins that Sunderland backline alongside O'Nien. Here's Roberts. Looks like offside. No attempt to move on to that anyway for Matt Crooks. Back in English football after a spell in the MLS. Matt Crooks with Salt Lake City. Just under a year out there. Well, full credit for the way Hull have kept this exciting, young, attacking Sunderland side at bay today. There's a long way to go. Offside against Coyle. Here's Mepham. Roberts. Hull wanting a foul there by Isidore on Alfie Jones, but referee said no. Trey Hume with the throw for Sunderland. Here's Rigg. Luke O'Nien, Sirkin available. Mundle. Roberts. You can certainly see the good work that Ruben Sellers has done in his relatively short time in charge of Hull. Very well organised out of possession here. Mundle. Mepham. This is Rigg. He'll settle for the throw. No foul on Rigg, says the referee, who had a good look at that. Chance for a counter here from Hull. Joseph looking for Crooks. Bit of a hopeful pass in the end. Mundle. And this time it will be a free kick. Conceded by Crooks, who injured himself in the process. Bellingham. Nice crossfield pass to pick out Hume. Rigg. O'Nien. Sunderland's unbeaten league record this season at the Stadium Light under threat. Sirkin. Mundle. Dennis Sirkin, crossing position is there. It'll drop for Rigg and now for Hume. You would expect Sunderland to have plenty of the ball and territory in the second half. Hull with something to protect. It's shown they can be a threat on the counter-attack, the away side. Mundle would have been so eager to get back into the fray. Big opportunity to play a part in turning this game around for Sunderland. They were looking to close that gap, remember, to Burnley, to 3 points after Burnley stretched the positions 3 and 4 to 6 points last night with that 4-0 win against Sheffield Wednesday. Scoreline that really didn't tell the tale of the match. Sheffield Wednesday spurned a number of good scoring opportunities, and yet Burnley got over the line to an incredible 12th successive clean sheet in the Championship. Never been done before at the second tier of the English game. In fact, only Manchester United have kept more successive clean sheets in English football history. That was 14 in a row back in 2008-09 season. 9 goals Scott Parker's Burnley have conceded in 34 matches in the Championship this season. Remarkable. And why they're not top of the league? Because they haven't scored enough goals. Too many draws. Otherwise they'd be over the horizon and away as potential champions. Matazo back to him via Gelhardt. Nice precise pass that. Neil recycles possession though for Sunderland. Mepham to Hume. Nice touch from Roberts. Taken on by Trey Hume, who'll look here for Isidore. That had to be absolutely precise from Trey Hume. Just out of the reach of Isidore. Alfie Jones. Hull have had a good, decent record here at the Stadium of Light. They're unbeaten in the last 3 visits, winning 1 of those. Foul here against O'Nien. Message from the touchline for Matazo to leave the free kick for Coyle. Space for Rigg to bring that down. Under pressure now from Alzate, who's done really well to make up the ground. Rigg doing equally well to win possession back. Roberts. Now Hume. Good looking cross. Oh, it's a big miss from Isidore. There was the opportunity for the Frenchman. And it's a huge let-off for Hull City. Tremendous cross from Trey Hume here. And you think surely Isidore has to score at the far post. And he went for the near side when the textbook will tell you go back across the goal where the space is. He had a narrow gap to find there, Isidore, at that post, and he couldn't find it. Well, he'll have to pick his head up, and I'm sure he will. He's a quality striker, Isidore, but he should have been equalising there for Sunderland. Good ball from Hughes. It should travel through to Patterson. Bellingham roared forward by this big crowd at the Stadium of Light today. Well over 40,000. Hume. Rigg took his eye off proceedings there. This precocious 17-year-old Chris Rigg. Wilson Isidore will still be thinking, I'm sure, about this opportunity. Wonderful cross from Hume. Well, that is a sitter missed. Goes across to the other side of goal, and Pandor wouldn't have had a sniff of that in goal for Hull. Neil. Sunderland momentum is building though. Mundle. Breaks here for Neil, will it? No. A little slow to react there, the Sunderland captain. 09. Being asked some questions now, Hull defensively. Hume. Mundle. Shown the outside route by Coyle. Takes the inside lane. Romain Mundle. Headed back in by Roberts. And onto the roof of the net. It nearly dropped for the lurking Isidore. It looked as if Hull thought this cross to Mundle was just going to travel out harmlessly. Roberts had other ideas. Regis Labrise making a change. Chris Rigg off. And Eliza Mayenda is on. So Sunderland have got some real firepower now. And switching to a 4-4-2, which has proved productive for them at times this season. Mayenda will partner Isidore. They're going to really go for it now, Sunderland. They know that they have to get a win, really. A point probably, in the wider scheme of things, is not going to be enough to get them in contention for the top two. The gap at the moment between themselves and Sheffield United in second is 8 points. They're looking to get that to 5 with a win today, and hope maybe that Leeds win that big game at Bramall Lane on Monday between the top two. Leeds have looked to cut above the rest in the Championship this season as Mundle wins the free kick. And remember, after the top two meet on Monday, Sunderland play next in the next round of fixtures before the other three teams. They go to Sheffield Wednesday, this coming Friday, Sunderland. So they can get a win here and a win at Wednesday. All big ifs at the moment. It really would concertina up at the top. Roberts with a free kick. Good header won by Alfie Jones. Here's Lincoln. Chance to drive forward, try and buy himself a free kick maybe. Done even better than that. It's a great pass to Gelhardt. And they've got a 4 against 2 here. Hull should be 2-0. Patterson with a big save. Still in there for Hull, and it's in. Matt Crooks, but it won't count. Flags up for offside. Hull were away and celebrating. Relief for the vast majority inside the Stadium of Light. The goal chalked off for offside after Patterson had made the initial save. But they had a 4-on-2 there, Hull on the breakaway in their favour. Lincoln did so well here to feed Gelhardt. And his pass, they're onside there. Patterson's save was crucial. But there you can see Matt Crooks coming back from an offside position to find the net with a cheeky back heel, but it was the correct decision from the assistant referee. Stays 1-0. Isidore, pace will get him there, will it? No. Best efforts from Wilson Isidore. But Matt Crooks inches away here from making it 2-0. There is the left foot. And most of his body in an offside position in truth. Neil. Matt Crooks looking for obstruction there. Referee says play on. This is Roberts. Hume. Headed away well by Charlie Hughes, who's had a good return to the team after a couple of months out with injury. Patrick Roberts. Sirkin. Mundle, chance to run at Coyle again. Bellingham. He's had a quiet game, Joe Bellingham. Neil. He's been quiet as well. Hume. Roberts. Another Hume cross. Coyle getting something on that. It'll drop for Mundle. Lincoln's touch. Sirkin's cross. Pandor's catch. Eyes firmly on the game there. Ivor Pandor. One for Mayenda to chase, and he's quick. He wants the throw and gets it. And urges more from the Stadium of Light crowd. Eliza Mayenda. Long way to go here. 25 minutes plus stoppage time. Sunderland having all of the ball, most of it anyway. But still wary of a dangerous Hull counter-attack now and again. Here's Roberts. Takes on McLaughlin. Away by Alzate. Mundle. Sunderland getting the ball to the substitute Romain Mundle as often as they can. Here is Sirkin. Bellingham. Again, Hull looking very assured in their setup out of possession here. Roberts takes on Gelhardt, and concedes the corner. It's not really where he wants to be, Joe Gelhardt, but he's working hard along with his teammates here to protect this 1-0 lead. Patrick Roberts then with the corner. Drops for Sirkin, he'll settle for the throw. Substitution, double substitution for Hull City. Carl Joseph, he's going to be replaced by João Pedro, and Matt Crooks is going to make way for Gustavo Puerta. So the Brazilian, João Pedro, and the Colombian, Gustavo Puerta, on loan from Bayer Leverkusen. Played 7 times in the Bundesliga for Leverkusen last season, Puerta. And João Pedro will lead the attack now in the absence of Carl Joseph. The problem here for Charlie Hughes. Hull's hope is that there's not any recurrence of his hamstring problem, which kept him out for 2 months. And as I said, he played very well today on his return, Hughes. This would be a significant loss, not only today, but maybe for future matches for Ruben Selles and Hull. If he's got a lasting issue, doesn't look too happy. Can they afford to take any risk? I think not. John Egan is going to come on. This is a former Sunderland Academy player, Egan. We know him best for his days at Sheffield United, where he made over 70 Premier League appearances in his time at Bramall Lane. John Egan as Charlie Hughes makes way. To make way for the Irishman, Egan. everybody with a Hull allegiance, fingers crossed for Charlie Hughes, it's not a serious problem. John Egan, who left Ireland as a 16-year-old to come to Sunderland's academy, didn't make any senior appearances. He left in 2014, but has since gone on to have a really good career, club and country. Close to 40 caps for the Republic of Ireland. 32 years old now, Egan. Plenty of experience in that back line now to protect Hull City's advantage. A long discussion between coach and player, Sones and Hughes. Mundell looking for a free kick there, felt he was pushed by Lincoln. Tidied up by Alzate. Sunderland have it back though with Bellingham. That's a needless foul given away by Matazo. Mepham. 09. Mundell. Foul by Coyle. Sunderland wanting a yellow card against Louis Coyle for that. The referee has given the free kick, but nothing more. It's a good position here now, though, for Sunderland. Free kick won by Mundell. Clear foul by Coyle, but no card. Mundell just feeling the effects of that Coyle challenge still. As Roberts works it back here to Mundell. Body's on the line there for Hull. And the flag up for offside. That sort of day for Sunderland, but if Isidore put away that glorious close-range headed opportunity to make it 1-1, you just feel that Sunderland would have had the momentum to go on and win this, and they still do. But it may turn out to be a very costly miss in Sunderland's quest to narrow the gap to themselves and Burnley in third. A reminder that gap at the moment is 6 points. 12 games of the season left after this weekend. Business end. 09, losing out. This is Lincoln. Well, they don't make much of that, Hull. Oh, it's awkward for Patterson. He just about dealt with that. Wicked deflection as Lincoln played the cross in. It looked like it was going to loop over Patterson and into the roof of the net. Hull come again. Alzate. Puerta to Coyle. Thumped clear by Bellingham. And too much ground to make up. Comfortable defending for Egan. Oh, loose touch from Egan. Here's Mayenda. Can he get the shot away? It's wide. And the big let-off for John Egan, whose mistake led to that opportunity for Eliza Mayenda. Got plenty behind the right-footed shot, but not the accuracy required. Another chance for Sunderland goes begging. That was the awkward one for Patterson. Actually dealt with that pretty well in the end. Mundell. No foul. Non-asked for by Romain Mundell. João Pedro, not the pass required there to keep Hull moving forward. Heading towards the final quarter of an hour of normal time. Sunderland pressing. Sirkin. Bellingham to Mundle. Mepham. Foul on Roberts. By McLaughlin. Here's O'Nien. Mundle. Neil. Asking too much of Sirkin. Dan Neil's passing. He's been superb in the last few weeks, the Sunderland captain. And he's not found his passing game today at all. To this man's obvious frustration. Neil. Mundle. He's the go-to man for possession, isn't he, Romain Mundle? O'Nien. Mepham. Hume. Too much a pass for Mayenda to deal with. Relatively short journey up the East Coast for the Hull fans to the Stadium of Light, delighted with the scoreline. As Regan Slater will come on to cement, in the hope, that is, for Hull's perspective, that cement that midfield. Ruben Sellers aware that Sunderland are having a lot of the ball in territory. Wants fresh legs on in those vital central midfield areas. And here's Mazzato, who's had a good game. Might be he that makes way for Slater, we'll see in a moment. Clearing header from O'Nien. Just getting his shin pads in at the moment. Slater not quite ready to come on. Here's O'Nien. Mepham. Well, Sunderland in exactly the opposite position to where they were at this stage at Ellen Road last Monday, when they led by a goal to nil, only to lose 2-1. Will it be a repeat here? On the home side, find two late goals. Sirkin won't there. Couldn't pick out Bellingham. Neil just getting the better there of Puerta. Sunderland will back themselves to make the chances. Can they take them with the minutes that remain? Roberts. Still with Patrick Roberts. Bellingham trying to feed it through. All too tight. This is Neil. Mundle. Header up rather than away as far as Hull were concerned. That's better. Hull still looking to get Regan Slater on. But Sunderland in possession. Patrick Roberts. Can he create something this time? Support from Hume. Good defending again from Alfie Jones, who's had a fine game at the back for Hull. So Regan Slater is coming on for Elliot Matazzo. It's a straight swap in the centre of midfield. Matazzo applauding the Hull fans high in the stand behind the goal, which they defend in this second half. Good journey so far for them. Really good game from Matazo. So Slater on to replace him as we close in on the final 10 minutes of the 90. '09. Basically, Hull saying to Sunderland, what have you got? Well, for most of this season, Sunderland have had enough to get the better of the opposition. And they come forward again now with Sirkin. No red and white shirt there, but it will drop as far as Roberts. Now Hume. Excellent cross. Bellingham! Just misjudged it, Joe Bellingham. Another glorious opportunity. He must take his eyes off this, Bellingham. He's in position A1 here to receive the ball in from Hume. He's just not bold enough. Comes down to as simple as that. He's got to attack that in more dramatic fashion, Bellingham, and I think if he does, he scores. That's two wonderful crosses in the second half from Trey Hume, which should have brought a goal on both occasions. First for Isidore and then for Bellingham. Crunching challenge from Egan on Mayenda. A fair one too. Sunderland huffing and puffing, but they've had the opportunities. Mundle. Mepham. Roberts. Driving at that whole defence again, Patrick Roberts. Slips it through to Hume. And Pandor has prevented the corner. Well, rather than looking upwards, Sunderland, they might be looking over their shoulders if they were to lose today. The gap between themselves and Blackburn is a yawning 11 points, 13 ahead of sixth place Bristol City. It would take a dramatic collapse if Sunderland weren't to at least be in the playoffs at the end of the season. However, their ambitions are higher than that, and they've still got time to turn this around. Roberts. Good looking pass to find Mundle. Trying to get himself into a shooting position there, Romain Mundle. Neal. Hull working really hard to protect this lead. Sirkin. Neal. Mepham. Hume's cross. Feels for handball. Sunderland arms raised there. Referee shook his head. Mundle. And that will drift out for a Sunderland throw, but Sunderland wanting a penalty against Louis Coyle. Arms immediately raised. Oh, that seemed to strike his right arm there. Let's have a look. Clear penalty. Missed by the referee for Hallam. Big let-off there for Hull. Mundle. Blocked by Coyle. And he's a lucky boy to get away with that. That is an absolute stonewall penalty. Arm away from the body. Here's Neal. Bellingham. 6 minutes to go plus stoppage time. Roberts. In by Hume, not enough on the cross, away by McLaughlin. Patrick Roberts with the cross this time. Mundle won't get to that, and Hull will be in no hurry over the throw. Neil. Sunderland, the victims of a lot of opposition late goals this season. That's cost them numerous points. Can they find a late goal or two themselves here at the Stadium of Light? Roberts. Mepham to Neil. Mundle. He's looked sharp on his return after a long injury layoff. Romain Mundle. Trying to find a way past Lincoln. Slash at the ball from Isidore. Results in a grateful, from their point of view, Hull City goal kick. Decent ball in from Mundle, that. Ruben Celis close to a fourth away league win in the last 5 on the road. Mix up between Neil and Bellingham. This is Slater. Plenty of time here for Luke O'Nien, but the clock ticking towards the 88th minute. Mepham. Bit of space for Roberts. Plenty forward here in red and white, of course. Hume. Good save from Pandor. Sirkin. Mundle. It's well hit that from Trey Hume. Sirkin. And the deflection is kind for Pandor, who had to react smartly to deal with the Trey Hume shot. Struck it well. Pretty much straight at the goalkeeper, but got it out of the danger area, Ivo Pandor, and that was the key thing. Well, certainly have taken a point before a ball was kicked here today at the Stadium of Light, Hull. But they're closing in on a huge 3 points here. Sunderland with other ideas, maybe. Sirkin. Lincoln needs to be careful in this position. And he's got the better of the argument. Final touch off Sirkin. And deep into the 89th minute now. Joe Gelhardt's wicked in-swinging first-half corner, drawing a mistake out of the Sunderland goalkeeper, Anthony Patterson. He and Patrick Roberts at the near post with a lack of communication. It went down as a Patterson own goal. A number of Sunderland fans have seen enough. It's going to be back-to-back defeats for Regis Labrise unless they can find something late on here. even if Sheffield United were to lose in the big game on Monday night at Bramall Lane between the top two, themselves and Leeds, the gap would be 8 points. It wouldn't be insurmountable, but unlikely Sunderland could make that up in 12 matches. Can they steal a late point at least here? It's going to be a fair amount of time added on, I think, for substitutions, injuries. This is Dan Neil. Sirkin. Back to Neil. Goalkeeper's ball. Did he travel over the line with that, Pandur? No, stayed at home. Minimum of 6 additional minutes has been posted by fourth official Lewis Smith. Time enough for at least one Sunderland chance, you would think. And a tremendous display by Hull out of possession. Can they maintain it? Driving forward is the Sunderland captain, Dan Neil. This is Mundle. Gets around Coyle and the cross. Well, he had 4 red and white shirts waiting for good delivery. He made a perfect position there, Romain Mundle. Normally delivers from this kind of area, just breezed his way past Coyle here. Only 4 players waiting for a better cross. That was on the top of the net. Hull City will be 4 points clear of the relegation zone. If they hang on to all 3 points here, it's still an if. Roberts. Unai making his way forward. Closed out by Coyle. It's good defending. It was an excellent run, though, from Luke Unai. Stealing up from the back here. But Coyle had his eye on him. It's excellent defending from the Hull skipper. Sniffed the danger. Showed all his experience there, Coyle. Great work. Here's Gelhardt. And Puerta. It's a corner. And Hull will be in no great hurry over this. Good drive forward from Gelhardt. Deflection off Dan Neil. I don't think this is coming into the middle anytime soon. Puerta short here to Gelhardt. Isidore. And it's going to be a yellow card for John Egan. He'll take that in the circumstances, Egan. Climbing all over Isidore there. 3 minutes left. Trey Hume will take the Sunderland free kick. Good noise from the Hull fans. Trying to sing their side home here to a massive win. Free kick. May have been given against Sirkin. Or was Mepham in an offside position? Doesn't matter really, it's a free kick to Hull. Coyle doing well again. Captain's job. Excellent game plan here today from Ruben Selles. Yes, they've had some good fortune. But they've deserved a lot of it for the way they've played. They've been brave when they have had the opportunity to get on the ball at times, and when they've not had it, I've mentioned numerous times how well organised they've been. It's a foul on Roberts. By Gelhardt. Less than 2 minutes to go. Patterson will be so keen for the equaliser. His mistake, and his mistake in the last seconds at Leeds on Monday, could be costing Sunderland 4 points over the matter of these. Costing them. Really costing them. Could have easily picked up at least a point at Leeds. Probably should have got a point here at least today. But Hull where they want to be with Lincoln, deep in Sunderland territory. Alzate can have a go here, why not? Straight through to Patterson. Sunderland fans wanting this ball forward. Mepham surely will play it long. And it's too long for Mundle. And Sunderland are going to run out of time here. Well, when they've lost games, and only 5 all season Sunderland have lost before today, they've usually bounced back, but not today it would seem. Hull are almost there. Last chance. They've got to get it forward early now. 10 seconds of stoppage time remaining. Roberts shoots, and it flashes wide. Goalkeeper had lost it, and that's it. Ruben Celis and Hull City with a massive 3 points. Lifts them 4 points clear at the moment of the relegation zone. Anthony Patterson's mistake in the first half, so costly. We're not dealing with an in-swing in Joe Gelhardt corner. The former Sunderland loanee comes back to Wearside to play his part in a damaging defeat for the promotion-seeking side. But for Hull's relegation hopes, a massive boost. For Patterson, well, penny for his thoughts. He'll be distraught after that mistake at Leeds, when Sunderland looked like they were going to hold on to a 1-1 scoreline. And his mistake here, which has given Hull a 1-0 success to reverse the scoreline when the sides met back in October. Back-to-back defeats then for Sunderland. Looks like the top 3 are getting away from them now. The only bonus for Sunderland is they have a gap between themselves and the rest of the teams chasing the playoff places. Final score at the Stadium of Light: Sunderland 0, Hull City 1.
Everyone together, everyone together.